How you doing, everybody? This is Jason's House of Fun and Video Games, bringing you today Recent Pickups, Volume 5. I must be really liking this series because I've done an awful lot of them. Or I'm just getting a lot of things. Don't know. But in other news, other than recent pickups, which we're going to go over momentarily, I found all my hats. Because I had to dig through the last remaining section of my goodies from my move. And why is that? Not just for hats. One of the hats, Punisher. It's an awesome hat. I also had to find my Halloween mask for my Halloween costume for work. We're going to have a contest to see which location has the best dressed for Halloween costumes out of an entire area. And I'm pretty sure, pretty safe to say, that I'm probably going to do pretty damn good with that. But we'll see. I'm not too confident. But anyway, I want to get right into the pickups. And clearly, I haven't been wearing jackets lately because where I am, it's a little hot. But every once in a while it gets cool at night or even in the morning. And what did I get? Where did I go? Well, if you haven't guessed it, I got a jean jacket. I haven't had a jean jacket since the 90s. That's how long ago it is. And that's kind of how old I am at this point. I'm an 80s baby, but I grew up in the 90s and partially the 80s. So this right here should give you a pretty good clue, even though you probably can't see it from where you are. I'm trying to get close up for this so you can actually see what this is. But me and the family got an opportunity to visit Orlando, Florida. And we went to Universal Studios for an entire day. And I haven't been to Universal Studios I just saw something actually. I have my autograph book from when the first and only time I visited Orlando, specifically Disney and Universal Studios. And that was in April of 1993. Yeah, I'm pretty old, but it's okay. I still have fun, and you're only as old as you feel, right? Well, anyway, this is part of the thing that I got from down in Orlando. I got a lot of things. Got to go to a lot of shops. There's a ton of those, and your boy here is a sucker for shops. I probably shouldn't have gotten out the stuff, but I wanted it, and a lot of it is very nostalgic to me, and I'm glad that I have a jean jacket now, and I can represent the 90s with it. So what this jean jacket is, it's a Universal Studios jean jacket, and it's obviously retro. I'm not vintage yet, but I'm retro, I guess. So let's see if I can kind of get this a little bit closer for you to see. I don't know how good the lighting is, but we're trying here, folks. That's right there. And then, of course, boom! You got the big old giant Universal emblem on the back. And then as we comfortably take off the jacket, because it is already getting toasty. I'm going to be real toasty tomorrow in my Halloween costume. I got my first ever NWO shirt. I've been a wrestling fan for a very long time, and if you want to see the extent of how much I actually like wrestling, take a look at my game room tour that I did in this past year. That will tell you the extent that I thoroughly enjoy wrestling, mainly stuff from the 90s and 80s. I like the things that are going on today. They're trying. A lot of very big differences, obviously, in just about every facet of the business, and the fact that, let's be honest here, folks, the curtain has been pulled back quite a bit. Kayfabe, as we know it, is really not that existent unless you're a very small viewer. And I don't mean small as in height, I mean small as in age, so a very young viewer that is just enjoying it for the characters and hasn't had that kayfabe really broken. But we're not here to talk about wrestling, although there are a few wrestling things in here. But I'm a proud owner of an NWO shirt. This is back when wrestling was different, and when this group came around, if you don't know anything about wrestling, I guarantee you know a few things. Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, the Macho Man Randy Savage, the Monday Night Wars, the Attitude Era, the NWO. Even people who didn't have a clue of what wrestling was had one of these shirts because it was the hottest thing out there. First things up, there were other places to go when we were down in Orlando. This is one of them right here. So this right here is Hogan's Beach Shop. So this is a shop that is dedicated to everything wrestling, specifically WWE, WWF. And of course, you could imagine it has a lot of Hulk Hogan merchandise in it, including belts, figures, his own personal VHS collection. It has a ring inside the place. I wish I could have got some video, but there just wasn't enough time. I just was really looking forward to going to this for many, many years and just could never get to it, obviously. And obviously, we're taking a trip down to Orlando. We were able to do so. So I don't have many things in this bag, but there is still more to come. And this is just something that they happen to give me. Just gives you some info on it. Now, that figure right there, life-size Thunder Lips. You ever see any Rocky 3? You can't go wrong with that. So, pretty cool. That isn't what we have. The bag was awesome. This right here, a magnet. I know it's kind of silly. Why would I get this as a pickup? Why would I bring it in? But I like magnets. I got a number of them, and can't go wrong with it, I guess. So, got a Hulkamania magnet. Never had one, and I think it looks pretty cool. It's one of those 3D ones, and it's going on the fridge. I don't know if it's going on the fridge outside in the porch or on the actual fridge inside the house, but we'll see. So, I love animals. And we picked this up when we went to Dinosaur World, I think it's called. My boy absolutely adores the idea of dinosaurs, everything dinosaurs. Dinosaurs, dinosaurs, dinosaurs. And I do like dinosaurs as well, but I like turtles too. Makes sense, right? This is a beautiful little piece. It's going to go right in the game room. This right here was my daughter and her handiwork. This has nothing to do with me. I felt that I had complete this collection and didn't need to go any further, at least for the time being. So, what did she get me? You guessed it. More Care Bears. And I'm happy with it. I'm excited. So this one right here will definitely be going in the game room because it's a lot smaller and I could find a place for it. But this is the Togetherness Bear. I don't plan on getting a ton of these, but if she gets me, I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to complain. So this right here has got the little heart right there for the Care Bears. We've got this as I knock the camera around. Special edition collector's set of the Bears. So what we have in there is exclusive Do Your Best Bears. This is exclusive from a big box retailer. It's got bears that I have in it from before. Some of them I don't really recognize as I completely take this off. You got Laugh-A-Lot Bear, which I recognize. Love-A-Lot Bear, I think I recognize that. Do Your Best Bear, don't recognize. Wish Bear and Share Bear, I do recognize. So, pretty cool. No complaints. They're a lot smaller. Not as small or in the same as this type of bear. It's a little bit different. So, yeah. Just letting you know. I thought I was done, but apparently I wasn't. So, I'm excited that she thought of me. It means the world to me. And I'm glad to add it to the collection. This right here is from one of the Universal Studios shops, specifically named Universal Studios Shop or something around those lines. This one was one based on the past. So, of course, I gravitated to this. And I can say I officially got my first E.T. I've never owned an E.T. plush. I used to have a few E.T. figures when I was growing up. I didn't have any big ones. I didn't have a Talkit one if there was available. But I now have an E.T. And the second I saw this, I had to go for it. So I'm pretty happy to be able to put this somewhere in the game room. It's the first prize I ever won at Universal Studios. Hopefully not the last, because I'd love to go back at some point. I want a bat. So you can, there's like multiple games there. It's kind of like a carnival where you can throw a football through a tire, or try to get a certain amount of points. With basketballs, shoot at a hoop, etc., etc. So This one, we had 3 footballs, 3 tries to go through tires. It's not that easy, and I don't have the best aim with a football. So I got one of them, and I won myself a bat. I think it's cool. It's something to remember me. My goodness, learn how to speak. It's getting late. Just take it easy on me. It is something to remind me of the time where I finally got the chance to go back to Universal. So, awesome. We're going to try to do these by putting them up there like this, so I'll drop them. So I got some glasses. I don't really show many glassware off on the channel, but this is based on the Universal Monsters, and I mean, honestly, how could I pass? Am I going to use them? It's a tough question to answer. I do believe I will at some point, but yeah, pretty cool. This one is the Universal Studios Retro Cup, which, again, making me feel a little old, but when I went to Universal Studios, there was the Universal Monsters, there was obviously E.T., there's some of the Universal Monsters. Back to the Future was huge, King Kong was huge, and I believe Jaws was huge, so I went back there, none of the stuff was there, so yeah, getting old, but it's all good. This one right here is a glass for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This was for Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights. I unfortunately didn't get the chance to go. It was extremely sold out very quick, and that is just life, and that's the way it goes. So you could wait for tickets, be waiting there for 4 hours, and by the time you got it, it just wasn't happening. So there's another shirt that I'm not currently wearing. It's a little wrinkled because it's been in a bag for a few days. This one right here is part of the... Oh, this isn't part of Halloween Horror Nights, but I don't have a lot of shirts that represent Frankenstein's monster, so I thought this was amazing. It looks great. I can't even do it justice, so we're going to try our best here. And it's alive. That's what it says. And there's Frankenstein himself, resurrecting one of the most iconic characters in all horror history. Beautiful shirt. This one right here is a recent pickup, not from Universal Studios, but is the complete series of the Power Rangers. I couldn't be more excited to finally own this. This is not on Blu-ray, it is on DVD. I did not know that Shout Factory actually sold this. They get a lot of different things. They remake things or transfer things to Blu-ray rather that normally have been on DVD before. This was one of them. You could barely find it. I'd love to get all the VHSs because you know your boy loves his VHSs. But finally, something cool. Definitely something I want to go through and watch with my boy. Possibly my daughter as well. So, can't complain. I don't know much about the Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers, but it's funny. You felt that these shows lasted forever. This only lasted 3 seasons, so I don't know how many exact episodes there were off the top of my head, but yeah, can't go wrong with that. I have my second belt. My first belt is actually really not mine. It just sits in the game room for the time being, but it's all good. I have to take off some plastic for this. I want to show you the sleeve first. This thing weighs a ton. And what this is, Winged Eagle Championship replica belt. So, I always wanted one of these. There's many belts that were there for choosing. Here it comes in all its glory. Just listen to that clang. This thing is something I waited so long for. It is absolutely stunning. The level of detail on this, very expensive. I will not kid you on that. If you go to a shop or visit the website, you will see what I'm talking about. But it is just beautiful. And there's many other ones, in case you are not a fan of the winged belts. Which, if you're not, it's cool. This is just a look on the other side as well. Let's do the spin and get to the recap without breaking everything in sight. All right, folks. If you've made it this far, this is the recap of our entire video. Thank you very much for hanging out with me. Let me know in the comment section down below, as always, what was your favorite thing? Was it the wingtip belt? I now own the World Heavyweight Championship. An authentic replica. Can't complain. But if that isn't your cup of tea, it's cool. I love belts. Specifically this one. Other ones are okay too. Intercontinental, the original tag team championship, or should I say the 90s and the 80s one. But anyway, let's move on from that. What was your favorite thing? Because it's not about what my favorite thing is. What your favorite thing was. Was it the cups? Was it the unexpected additions to my Care Bears collection from 2020, 2021? Was it the complete set, finally, in one place, in its original form, I believe, of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers? Was it the awesome shirts that I got? Was it the official Universal merchandise and that cool-ass jean jacket straight out of the 90s, baby? Was it E.T.? Was it the glasses? Was it the bat that I won by missing two other shots with a football through a tire? But I got one, so I got a bat. Cool. You let me know, as always, in the comment section down below, what was your favorite thing. One more thing. 2 more things. 3 more things. 5 more things. 7 more things. It's however many that we decide to put into this video. As I move the camera in a weird way. Thank you. Because this channel is all about giving thanks. Thank you to the awesome, amazing support we got out there on our most recent videos. And to the 122 awesome, amazing folks who have subscribed to the House of Fun and Video Games. I hope you decide to follow their lead. And when they did, like when you do, if you decide that you want to come back and have some more fun, I bet you that they hit that notification bell, not because it's one of those things you should do, but you get notified every time I put up a video, whether it's recent pickups, eBay buys and times, thrift time and finds, video reviews, game room tours, this and that. There's a lot of different content for a lot of different folks out there. And I'm sure there's something on here that you will enjoy, if it's not your boy himself, in the stories, and whatever, and falling off the trails, going off the train tracks, running wild, brother. I'm sure there's plenty of stuff that we can talk about. And let's take it a step further. Let's say that you did all those things. Awesome. I want you to take a step further. I want to get into more great, awesome, positive conversations through my social media. On Facebook, Jason's House of Fun and Video Games. You can post pictures of your game room, of recent things that you found in the wild, and we can get into more in-depth conversations on there. You can also reach me on Twitter at Jason's House of Fun and Video Games. And I'd say I pretty much hit all the points that I wanted to hit. Have a wonderful night. I'll see you in the next video. The champ is here.